H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's a great day. Let me tell you. Somber moment today, but it's still a great day. Somebody told me any day above ground is a great day, so I try to live. But it's Monday. So many things has happened over the weekend. I'm gonna try to cover all I can today. I'm trying to get my chair height right, so I got to get it right, man, before I get in there. Shout out! I got had a system update, and I'm trying to figure it out right now. It's showing me certain things about it. It's a new update. It's a powerful update. It's like I got a Ferrari, y'all, and ain't driving it about 20 miles an hour. So I got so many other things that we can do on this thing. It'll be done in the future. But let me shout out to my starting five. That's D. Holcomb, Darryl Barnes, what was it? Corey Willis, Ivan Pettit Jr., Alfie Yo Beezy's in the building. Jay Jackson is the sixth man. What's up, Jay? I see you. Wait a minute. Thaddeus, you ain't in there. Boy, they got you this time, Thaddeus. But I see you, Chris Walk. I see you, Melvin. Dudes, I see you, Dale Griggs. I see you, Eric Boone. Dale Griggs, you know what, Dale Griggs? I got a bone to pick with you. And you and all your Dallas Cowboy fans. Y'all hating on them folks, man. Y'all done already lost. Y'all leave them Tina Jackson and them alone. You know Tina might not call in today. Check up on the show today. Who else we got? I saw Eric Boone. What's up, Joe Lewis? Hey, Sonya. Sonya, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. So remind me of that. Let's see. Let me see who else on here. Simeon. Otha Brown, where you been? D. White. Hey, D. Yeah, D. White, I got something for you to say. He said, why they what? Hey, man. Did y'all see this, man? Did y'all see this? Hey, Mindy. Did y'all see this, man? I'm gonna let y'all handle that lightweight, man. He said, I love the okay. Chris. Y'all handle Chris Charles, man. Hello, Belinda. Robert Hatter is doing all right today. How about them Texas African-American quarterbacks? Yes. How about it? What about it? What do you think about that? Because if they allowed more of them, it would be more of them. That's not a great accomplishment to me. Melvin Dudes, it's an indictment on how the system has prevented something like this from happening. Are they the two best quarterbacks? No. They just in the Super Bowl right now. Then we had Superman Tom Brady preventing a whole lot of black quarterbacks from getting there. So I just, I saw people tweeting about it and all of that. I'm a little bit different. And maybe y'all give me y'all point of view of it. Maybe mine, I'm just not excited about it. Then one dude, I saw him on what you call him. Sometimes we just don't understand what we say. We get on social media. You know what? I'm not gonna give it no room. I'm telling y'all, every time, if somebody, I need your help. So it ain't that big thing to me. Dale Griggs, you started. Dale, you messing with the 49ers fans because they lost. We're going to talk about that. Rod Wells, Todd, what's up, Todd? Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Okay, hey, no, I'm not going to mess with her. I just want to let her know. I've been hearing all this stuff. Yeah, I'm going back and forth because I'm going to keep sinking down. But, Sonya, I got to talk to you. Craig Foley, high school basketball talk today. Well, if Jimmy comes on, I don't have no high school basketball talk about Craig Foley. Craig Foley, what high school basketball is there to talk about today, Craig? Craig, give me some, Craig. Give me some. He the one, this the guy, Craig Foley. He always come on. If you're not talking about basketball, Craig Foley, what happened in high school basketball that I should talk about it today? You help me. I got time today. Hey, Tina, Tina, that my Tina. Tina ain't like Chris Walker. She come on after her little team lost. Tina got the snot beat out of him too, but I ain't gonna say that. This man talking about LeBron get more calls than anybody in the league. Don't you ever come to me talking about no LeBron got no call. Hatter, what happened to TSU on Saturday? Oh, we can talk about that. They lost the game. They lost the game. What you mean? What happened to them? Prairie View came in and just took the game from them. You know, dude, you should have listened to the broadcast on KTSU. I'm like Jimmy. I'm gonna get like Jimmy. You know, go in the VIP room. So go next time, go watch, listen to Craig. This is just for you, Craig. You go check out the broadcast. I explained to it. I explained it. The whole show I was explaining. Or you can go on YouTube. I think I explained it on there too. So if you really want to, what happened to TSU? They lost the game. LeBron dramatic. LeBron. Yeah. He said the ref ain't going to end the game on no tic-tac foul. Thank you, man. Man weigh 500 pounds. How the hell you going to call that? What's up, Robert? What's up, Mr. Dorsey? I'm getting it. Let me see. What? Oh, Mindy talking about San Francisco wasn't the same. Man, I'm telling you, that's why I wanted Dallas to win. San Francisco went laid down. That little old Brock Purdy. He wasn't too Purdy. Tina, he wasn't too Purdy that day. But Hatter, I don't want no smoke. No. I ain't saying you want no smoke. I'm telling me what high school basketball you want to talk about, I'll talk about it. I just don't know nothing offhand that I want to talk about right now. See, y'all got to realize, Craig, if I talk about high school basketball, what Jimmy gonna talk about? See, I stay in my lane, Craig Foley. I got to get Jimmy saying to talk about something. He'll be on in a little bit. But if you mention something, I'll talk about it. You got to remember, Craig Foley, Robert Hatter ain't going to these gyms watching y'all kids like that. I watch certain kids and watch it, and then some parents call me and give me updates, like Karima Williams give me updates on her son. Wesley Yates give me updates on his son. I talk about them because their parents give me updates. My name ain't Doug Jones. I'm not being in these high school gyms. I'd rather be in a college gym or a pro gym. All right? Just to help you out. When you come on here talking like that. Okay, they're not the same. TSU from a year ago. Of course they're not the same. Of course they're not the same. No, they're not the same. They're injured. Last year they were healthy. Jason Peters, they're injured. They still injured. You know, we got three guys on the bench still. But everybody's injured. So, yeah, it's not the same team as last year. But guess what? The year's not over yet. The year's not over yet. They lost an emotional game. Guess what? All they got to do is go back and beat that team. And go back and beat the other teams that beat them. They back in the thick of things. 49ers were acting very unprofessional at the end of the game. Yeah, he were. I think you have two lies on Facebook. I received two different, and both of them are from you. No, both of them are. You remember I said we have, thank you, Dale. Dale, I'm glad you noticed. Dale, tomorrow you probably won't get that one. I told you I got a new system. I had to integrate some stuff. And today I didn't want to risk. See, Dale, I think so much about you. See, let me show you something, Dale. See, Dale brought this up, right? Dale, I think so much about you that I didn't want to risk the new system not working properly. So I sent it out on the old system too. I'm going to integrate it later. I just want to see how it goes, Dale. But I got you. I thank you for noticing, cause it makes me, you're making me know my work not in vain over here. Girl, I mean, thank you, Dale. Dale, yeah, I love that Dale Green. Man, that Mindy and man, all the women on this show, guys, I love y'all too, but not like I love these women. They know everything. Craig Foley, what he said? Hatter must have his medicine this morning. No, Craig Foley. I'm asking you to get, instead of you making comments, you can use this. See, think about this, y'all. Think. He don't want to know nothing. Because if somebody had said that to me, I would have came with what I want to talk about. I would have talked about Craig Foley. All you had to do is ask me something about a specific basketball game. All you had to do is come back and ask me something specific. No. I'm just letting you know. She said, I love the background. Thank you, Belinda. Brian Boatwright, what's up, man? This is a hard pill to swallow. I just want it to be fair battle. Purdy just confirmed that all backups don't perform at high level. He got hit, though, Tina, and got hurt, Tina. I ain't blaming it on Purdy. I'm just messing with it. Purdy got hit in a way. Tina, I don't know have anybody ever been watch a NFL quarterback throw the ball? The amount of torque that they come through with this ball because they whipping that ball. Tina, you about to come through like that and somebody, Tina, I ain't blaming Brock Purdy. If he don't get hurt, he'll be all right. I don't want to hear about all that other stuff, but if he don't get hurt, he'll be all right. What's up, Brad? Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to see if anybody's saying something. Yeah, Dale. Thank you, Dale. Thank you. Hey, Matt Shue. Hey, y'all. Matt Shue is in. If you want to learn how to play golf, I repeat, if you want to learn how to play golf correctly, because a lot of people out there, they playing, got clubs and everything, but they ain't playing correctly. If you want to learn how to play quick, if you ever go and watch Scarface, if you see Scarface in one of these tournaments, what Scarface last name? Brad Jordan in one of these, that's who teaches him. That's who teaches him. Matt Shue, great teacher of the game of golf. I mean, I'm glad he caught me in my beginning stage. People look at me now and just want. I said, dude, he saw some long time ago. So I wouldn't be 10 years now doing the same old stuff. I go do tune-ups with him. And he'll just let me hit some balls. And guess what I found out, y'all? Let me show you something. I'm going to share this with y'all. Share the show because the show finna be off the chain. But guess what happens when I go to guys like Matt Shue? He always talk about the fundamental. Robert, you're standing too close to the ball. Robert, it's all about the fundamentals of the game. When your shot is off, man, I need to learn how to shoot this three. No, go learn. Make sure your feet are right. Make sure your shoulders square. Go to the fundamentals. That's how he teaches. So that was the Matt Shue commercial for the day. Ricky Scott said, "What's up? How to talk about TSU and PV games?" I mean, it just Ricky Scott. TSU never had command of the game. Made too many mistakes. Let me go. Yes, Karima, he can teach a 6'8" student. Yes, he can. Matt Shue, he's Googleable. The TSU game, man. Let me go. Let me go. Y'all got to realize once I finish a game, TSU basketball. Hold on. Sometimes I try to get it out of my head because guess what's have to happen for me? Y'all can go on by y'all little business. I got another game I got to call next week. I pull up Tennessee State. Ain't that something? That's the wrong Tennessee. That's the wrong people. I'm trying. I have to go and I got to go call another game. Love y'all. Let me see, make sure I got the right. Okay, here we go. I have to call another game. But the game last night, it wasn't our tempo. When it wasn't TSU, Prairie View was zoning us. We got to learn how to play zone offense better. I would say, TSU men basketball. Who did we play? We got to get better at zone. We got to get better at the zone now. Playing them zone defense. So that's what Byron wanted to. PV's coach, he wanted to ugly the game up. See, TSU got so many athletes. They like to run up and down. They got one of the greatest. They got one of the best athletes in this thing. Zyterius Mortal. He's one of the most athletic kids I've seen. Yeah, somebody texted me about that. Chad, I got it. I might mention it, Chad. We got so much stuff. But the game was ugly. If I had to look at something, let me show you something that I did like about TSU. Then we turned the ball over. Wait a minute, hold on. 18 times. Let me tell you, what Ricky Scott. This is for Ricky Scott. Let me give you I had some keys to the game for us to win the game. Okay? And then I'm going to help you out, Ricky Scott. Because, before the game, I always they call them Robert rules. Okay? So I always give a few rules that can get us in the game. Okay? And I'm going to go back and give you my rules. I want to be correct when I give my rules. Since somebody want to hear it, man, I love that, Ricky Scott. And I got y'all other questions. I'm going to answer them too. But in my rules, I said, listen to me, Rick. That's why I would love for y'all to watch the show. Listen to the show on KTSF. I told them you got to have a 1-0 mentality. Forget every other game. You got to win this game. As we know, that game carried a lot of weight due to the names on the front of the uniforms. We must have the mentality that we had every game, and it's going to be 1-0 on Saturday. We didn't play like we wanted to be 1-0. We have to win the glass. Prairie View. Let me just look at the glass. Let me look at the glass. We had 47 rebounds. We won the glass. Prairie View is aggressive going to the offensive glass, but we won the glass by 10. So that rule there held up. We got to take care of the ball. Had 3. Prairie View would throw a variety of defensive schemes at us with random trap pressure, and we must be poised versus pressure. We turned the ball over 18 times, and we didn't have 7 assists. That'll hurt you. You got me? It's just little things in this game, man. It could have went any way. If you were saying it to be, it was one of those games. It went into double overtime. Our best player fouled out. But we had a ray of hope. My young fella, P.J. Henry. O. Henry. He's better. He's getting better. See, like I explained to y'all, I'm going to explain to y'all one more time, Ricky Scott. I'm going to keep going after this. Y'all need to share the show with Ricky Scott. Prairie View right now is like a Ferrari, okay? Fast, sleek, one of the best machines ever made, right? But it don't have a steering wheel. P.J. Henry, Isaiah Moran, Jordan Gillum are the steering wheels. P.J. Henry is the top steering wheel. Then we go down. The other two guys are serviceable. But if you don't have your steering wheel, I don't care how fast your Ferrari gonna go. It's gonna go all over the place. So that is what's happened. So PJ kind of got in a little bit, getting a little better, hit clutch shots at the end to put us in those overtimes. But hey, let me tell you something. Don't give up on them. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. Don't give up on them guys. They just need a little win streak. She said, he said, I watched them change the rules soon. They'll be able to touch the quarterback. First, it was the knees. You can't go, What are you talking about? See, I know I'm a little behind. Stephen Woods, you mean that you think he shouldn't have called a push out of bounds? You can't touch nobody at the white. You can't touch nobody at the white. Brad Jordan. It ain't Brad Johnson. His name Brad Jordan. Hey man, don't be giving me no dumbass, no wrong information up there. Had to go. I can't see anything. Oh, okay. Did had to go offline? I can't see it. You can't see nothing. No, I think I'm still there. Let me see. I'm there on YouTube. I think. Hold on. Let me make sure. I'm still on. Where you doing? Where you at? Belinda? Let me make sure. Hold on. Am I on Facebook too? Let me see. I got to wait and make sure that everybody's all right. I just got that. Yeah, I'm still on Facebook. Belinda, what you talking about, Belinda? I think I am. Yeah. I think it done froze up on mine. Huh. Oh yeah, it's on. It's on, Belinda. What you talking about, girl? You got hold up. I didn't do one thing today I should have. Hold on. What? See, y'all got me messed up right here. Got me all off kilter. But hold up, I'm just sharing. I have a habit. I like to keep up my habits of sharing stuff. So some people are lazy, and if I don't put it on social media or something, they won't get it. Okay, can he teach it? Yes, he can teach. Robert Ory, yeah, he got put out of a basketball game. Yeah, he sure did. PGW, had a next time you in Memphis stop by Cupcake Cutie. Cupcakes are excellent. Okay, gotcha. He used his mobility. I know I'm behind. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, it's my work computer. Oh, okay. Too many guys are hurt for TSU. Yes. Chris Charles Haddock, who was the dude y'all interviewed who got all emotional about the coach saving his life? Did I interview him? Did I interview him? I don't remember interviewing that. Chatterbox might have interviewed him, Chris Charles. That's a good one. Farouk has been able to shoot the ball better. Yes, sure. Farouk has been a big surprise to me. Not much to say, Ricky Scott. Swack is a tough. Thank you, Chuck McGowan. Man, Swack. Hey, Southern don't get beat upside their head. Remember I told y'all. Stevens, Woods definitely. It would have been totally different game with Purdy. I don't know if the outcome would have been different. Hatter, your frustration with TSU is coming through the radio. No, I'm never frustrated with TSU. That's the way you took it. I'm never frustrated. My frustration is about the game of basketball. Rod Wells, I'm glad you said that, because evidently you don't know me at all. I'm a guy that loves and plays and loves this game, and I like for it to be played the right way. And if people don't, I'm not going to get up here and say all the nice shit that everybody you want people to say, Rod Wells, I ain't going to do it. I'm going to explain the game the way I know the game, not the way Rod Wells know the game. Because Yates can do no wrong. Yates can be beat by 1,000 damn points, and Rod Wells gonna say, "Well, no, I am gonna tell it like it is, Rod Wells, anytime I'm on a broadcast." I just want you to just understand it so you won't go no further than ever said, no, it wasn't frustration. It's just, I'm explaining the game. Explaining the game. I can't sit up here and paint a rose-colored picture. Well, this is going great, Rod. When the game is frustrating, I got to explain. I'm in the building. I'm seeing the frustration from the coach and from the fans, Rod Wells. My job is, Rod Wells, is to paint a picture of what's going on in the stadium. Okay? Since you want to, I'm just helping you for the future. What do we got? Is Kendrick Davis the best player in America? No, not the best player in America. One of the best players in America. Who in first place in the SWAC? Southern. They gonna get their head toe off. Remember I told you, TSU only threes when forced. Only shoot threes. Let me go back and look at the threes. That's a good one. Y'all got me talking about this. I got old Rod Wells there. Rod Wells, come talk that mess. Get out of here with that. You think I'm gonna sit up here and lie on the radio? No, Rod Wells, y'all done had enough of that, bruh. You know how them people tell you, bruh. I know it's hard I know I'm a real one. I told you I turn experienced ones into skilled ones. I'm sort of like a maze I've been known to drill some. You feel me? When Rod Wells almost made me preach this then. Hold on, man. Hold up. Let me get one. I was finna let loose on it. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to the stats because I want to look at the stats. We played the box score. Now, who was saying something about they only shot threes when they were forced? Let me tell you something about them threes. It's a good one. We were 4 of 23 from three-point land and lost by what? A few points. The game was way closer than the score indicated. Ricky Scott, 4 of 23. They were 6 of 17. Let me keep going. How did McKinley Harris, 33, play for PVU? McKinley Harris, I don't even remember him being out there. He scored 4. He scored 4 points. He played 24 minutes, but I don't remember being. He had 4 rebounds though. Doc Nelson was the key in this game. I was waiting on somebody. Give me some. Give a thumbs up over there, everybody. I'm not seeing comments. What you mean, Mindy? I'm not seeing comments. I'm glad you're telling me, Mindy, because I'll tell I told you I got a new program I'm working with. Sharp Davis, what's up, man? Okay, I went back in and see. Mindy. Let's see. Let me go down. Hey, Sonya, I see you. Now I think it was Chatterbox. No, Of course I curse. Not on the air, but yes. Yes, your ass cursed too, Kendrick Lewis. I told you that. No, I just have to, some people can panic. I saw a dude. I was at a game one time, right? I saw this dude tweeting, so-and-so is willing his team back to a win. I was at the same game and so-and-so wasn't doing nothing but turning that damn ball over. So, Rod Wells, I called the game. I got to tell it like a TI is because y'all not in the building. You should have saw the fans. I was really, an analyst job is to tell the atmosphere that's going on, relay the atmosphere that's going on. I'm glad I did a good job then because that's how it felt. He said, my son hit the game winner in overtime for his team, Frank Phillip. Shout out to Landon Ardwan's son. Look what he did. Let me put it on the feed. See, I like that. My son hit the game winner in overtime. Yes, 14. Boy, he had a double-double. What's up, Forever Films? Harris scored 4 points and 4 rebounds. I think it was the feed, and it's only 3 of us, and we haven't said anything. Okay, we gonna figure it out. I see y'all stuff. I see you, Yvette. I see. Hold on, man. I ain't got time to fix the feed right now. I'm just gonna keep talking. Y'all just gotta keep talking. Lois Harvey. Hi, Lois Harvey. She said, "I keep it real." Yeah, Lois, I got to keep it real. And if you don't, just go to the nut. That's why we got. I'm glad you told me that. Y'all, what y'all do me a favor. Tell me exactly what was going on, but send it in email, chopshophtx@gmail.com. And then I'll get the engineers to work on that. All right? Let's go. All right, now, what else? So anybody got some more TSU? Boy, that was a lot of comments. And y'all talking about, I saw a lot of them. Let me see what we did. Let me see. I saw a lot of comments. Yes, I'm seeing the comments. I don't know what y'all talking about. Watch this. Hey, y'all. I just did that in my personal one. And just maybe, hold up. I've got some new comments. Let me see. I just said, hey, y'all, we need to merge them all. No, we all right. No, we all right. We all right. YouTube, if YouTube say something good, well, he said, Hatter, Robert Young, look above your name. All right. So let's go, y'all. Let me get to talk. First of all, before I'm gonna take a quick break because I want to share with y'all something right quick, man. Check this out.
I'm Solomon, owner of Solomon and Bryant Wines. I am a proud native Houstonian, and as a result of my upbringing, love for wine, and my determination, I was blessed to start my own wine company. My logo symbolizes unity, strength, and perseverance. Solomon and Bryant encompasses a variety of wines. So go to our website, purchase your choice of wine, and we will deliver it to you anywhere in the country. Choose to be excellent. Make it a lifestyle. SolomonandBryant.com. I'm Solomon, owner of Solomon and Bryant Wines. I am a proud native Houstonian, and as a result of my upbringing, love for wine, and my determination, I was blessed to start my own wine.
All right, I'm back. Okay. I told y'all, I got an update. This shit is crazy. Oh, it's going crazy on me, but we're gonna get it back. We're gonna get that. That's why that's why I hate the update. I hate the update. Who is that telling me? I got y'all. Rashad, you're gonna be able to hear me in a second. I hate the update. No, I just went to this sound. Let me try it again. I went to this.
I'm Solomon, owner of Solomon and Bryant Wines.
And when I came back, it did mute. It usually come back automatically. I am good. See, I know that now. All right. So I mean, hey, I love doing. I love doing this live like this. So I got something for you. Like I said, I have to ask myself every single day. Boom, Robert Young. Y'all know every day. Do I talk about what's trending or about what isn't trending? But people need to know. I always do that every week. Every day I come in. Do I talk about what's trending? That's why I don't talk about some of the stuff, y'all. Because some of this stuff we kind of need to know. But Attention, air traffic controllers, okay? There are a flock of eagles is headed to Arizona, okay? I'm sorry, team. And for the Phillies fans, that man said, you got to fight for the right to party. So the Eagles versus what else the other team? The Eagles versus Kansas City Chief, Patrick Mahomes versus the young man from Channelview, Jalen Hurts. He said, I know you don't want to hear this, but can how you gonna save the job of a dude who just got a 5-year deal? Why couldn't you say, Mr. Smart Ass King Sticks? Why couldn't you say? I know you can't think like this, but Kendrick Person, Davis was some player of the week nationally. He ain't never got that before until he came to Memphis. He doing things he's never done before when he came to Memphis. Evidently, you ain't been looking at it. That's why you qualified it with, I know you don't want to hear this. Don't nobody want to hear that, ignorant. Who want to hear that? Look at Kendrick Davis is being talked about right now more than he ever been talked about at TCU or SMU. And he's saving Penny's job. He's saving Penny's job. Unfreaking believable. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I just want to issue a warrant for your for your intelligent arrest and summon you to. I want to highlight for your critical consideration. I just want to do that. What's the best way to discuss issues on HBCU campuses that both speaks to the challenges and avoid making things worse? I'm going to read that. I'm trying to figure out the best way to discuss issues on HBCU campus that both speak to the challenges and avoids making things worse. I sit up here and thought about this. You have a little white quarterback prospect. They caught on a video rapping, saying the N-word, and loses his scholarship to North Carolina, to a white college. But a HBCU goes and give him an offer. These jokes write itself, y'all. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Somebody's supposed to be sending their wine today. Are we talking about wine? Y'all talk to me. Talk to me right now. King Sticks, talk to me. Cause I just don't know. King Sticks. King Sticks. Are you? Because you want to be important. I'm finna give it to you. I'm finna be important with you. Do you know who the president of Memphis is? Do you know any of the board of regents? I'm just asking a question. See, fans like you, King Sticks, don't nobody listen to y'all. Especially you. You haven't been to one Memphis game and supported one Memphis game. You know what Penny Hardaway doing? Beale Street is packed after every game. You know what them folks understands? When their businesses are making money, the hotel is making money, everything on Beale Street, every time them guys play. I mean, I just got to explain stuff to people because people just don't. When Tubby left, it was 4,000 people showing up. Now it's almost 19,000 every game. And you discussing firing him? A guy with a winning season every year. There's kids at graduation. Ain't nobody killing nobody. Ain't gonna do it. And you want to fire him? See, you remember I told y'all it's two. It's two kind of people. It's how they see us and how King Sticks see us. Don't tell me about who you love. Don't tell me about, he don't need you to shine, King Sticks. Darwin, he don't need you to shine. Now you're saying you're thinking out loud. All I'm saying is, I want you to hear this. 4,000 people were showing up in a $19,000 arena. Now 18 and 19 every game. Boy, I don't know. I'm going to leave that alone. Hey, Kim Jackson got to meet. I saw her take a picture with DeAndre. Kim, how come you don't take a picture with Penny? With Penny? Why didn't you take a picture with him? Did you get a chance to see him? I didn't have your number, so I saw the post too late. Did you get a chance to see him and talk to him? See, sometimes y'all, we gotta be a little bit smarter. Hold on. I see what y'all saying. There's way more people on Facebook than this. I see what y'all saying. Hold up. Let me see if they send me a message. Let me see if I got a Facebook message. They're saying, hey man, y'all doing something wrong. Let's see. Nope. I told y'all I got to try this new system out today. If it messes up, I'm gonna go back to the old system. Don't worry about it. This ain't gonna get me twice. So help me out. Y'all talk to me. Okay. Heard, where was I at before I was so heard. I got several places I want to go here. I want to talk about U of H won. See, conference play, y'all would expect for the number 2 team in the country, number 2 or 3 team in the country, to just be blowing people out. Herb Baker, will you explain to these people how hard college basketball is and how hard conference basketball is? Conference basketball is different than preseason basketball, man. You know, maybe y'all just ain't been around this stuff enough, but y'all, it's so many topics I want to talk about, y'all. I got some Bethune-Cookman stuff I want to share with y'all. I got some Tyree Nichols stuff that I got him in my background. Y'all know he in my prayers. If y'all want to talk about that, because I know it's a sensitive subject. I got some Jason Whitlock stuff I need to share with y'all, because he talking about. I got some Cincinnati Bengals stuff I can talk to y'all about. I got so much stuff. I'm keep going. I got a tweet somebody sent me that we need to talk about. Herb, I got a tweet somebody sent me. They said, Houston #1. Doug Jones, I'm glad you're here. Doug Jones, watch this. And U of H case, yes. U of H gonna listen, U of H gonna struggle some more in this conference. Man, these teams think they can beat them. Watch this. Doug. Somebody told me this one, Doug. Yeah, I got a lot of topics here, y'all. I'm prepared to talk about all of them. But Houston, somebody said Houston, #1 problem is, he said, I knew the cops knew that young man the way they beat. No, they didn't know him. They didn't know him, Kimberly. Oh, Kimberly, I didn't want to be a groupie. Yes, I told. Why did you tell him you know me? You weren't no groupie no more. That's all you had to do. It said Robert Howard, it was on. I guess you didn't want. Okay. I'm telling y'all, will y'all ever meet him, mention me, he gonna bring you over and talk to you. Kim, I don't know what the hell. Kim, come on, Kim. Kim, this is live. This ain't Memorex over here. But somebody said this, Herb. Herb, I can say that the same about TSU. They didn't know this guy. They didn't know this. Come on, Kim. Kim. You've been on the same Twitter that Chris Walker been on. So you saying that little bitty dude, they dropped it out today. So that little bitty dude, they stopped this dude. Hold on. Kim, I want to hear this now. And you helped it. Tell me what news source they dropped it on, Kim. Give me 3 different news sources they dropped this on. Can't have one. But you telling me the reason they beat this boy for an hour is because of a girl? Please put the news on the line. And I asked you about Penny, and you talking about this. Put the news, put it on the feed right now. Go get that feed. I want all of y'all to examine where this information came from. I know, no. Herb, I was just using it as an example. You got to be able to, score easily. Kim, help me out now. Wait. Okay, hold. But back to this. Kim, y'all gonna take me there. It was released on the news today. Send me the news source. Don't take too long, Kim. All right. See that? She said she'll be right back. I love her. Herb Baker, Doug Jones. Somebody said Houston's #1 problem is no one ever has a solution. Just talk about what's wrong and who and what is the problem. Check this. What Branch said? Yeah, I ain't gonna go off that, Herb. Herb, I got to see that in court. I ain't gonna go off of that. I ain't going off of that. Y'all gonna get caught with that stuff. So the Post. Who was the Post from? Chris Walker said it the first day it happened. All I'm asking y'all, consider your source. She said it was on the news. He said he saw the Post. Find the news article. I didn't know who said it, but y'all help me out now. I want to talk. You didn't have to call no names Forever Film. Oh, that's oh. But what dude? Dude, I didn't know who sent it. Somebody just sent me it like this here, right? He said, people gotta remove. Oh no, that's somebody else. Somebody else came in and said something. They sending me tweets after that. Okay. It appears the police officer had a personal opinion. Okay. All right. Okay. Send me where that. All I'm asking before I talk about it. See, Herb, y'all can say it all you want before I talk about it like that. It got to come from some people that I've been talking to down there, and they ain't never mentioned that. Okay? They ain't never mentioned that. All right. Not to me yet. Because I don't care. They still shouldn't have beat him. I don't care how many girls he was. If he slept with all 5 of them's girlfriend. 5 fucking cowards. In my opinion. We gonna get to Tyree. I want to, cause I know I'm gonna stay on Tyree. How many minutes I got? I know I'm gonna stay on Tyree. That's why. And then I want Jimmy to come in, and he can't. We'll be going in a different circle. That's a very important subject that I'm glad y'all asked me about. Guess what? I hold my Tyree until tomorrow. Cause when I get out for here, I ain't no overtime today. I love y'all. I might give y'all a smidget. But guess what? I'm on the plane going to see my baby. I'm out of here. I'm already packed. I can't wait. So, somebody said, Houston's number one problem is no one ever has a solution. Just talk about what's wrong and who and what is the problem. Houston have a problem. If it's a problem, there is a solution. Because if it wasn't, all problems have solutions. And you have to talk about what's wrong and who and what's the problem? But how can you change the minds of some of these people who think they've made it in the high school basketball? Y'all, we got some people out here think their identity is caught up in summer basketball. It's some dudes I know I wouldn't have never met if they hadn't Jimmy know him on this show, because I didn't know him in no other realm of the world. Kim, I love you, Kim. Kim, that's why I asked you this, baby, because I got a response. Thank you, Kim. Herb Baker gonna come tell me about what somebody else. Man, that's the city I still got houses in. Houses in. Yeah, I said plural. Okay. All right. Y'all talk to me. How Ben Skimmers go, twin? Yeah. How Ben Skimmers? Yeah. Can you add anything to this subject, King Sticks? Follow us, King Sticks. We bring a brick, King Sticks, instead of you just throwing rocks up against the guy. Bring a brick. Ben Simmons. Why you want to talk about a dude? Don't score, but don't points in the whole game in 30 minutes. Hey, y'all watch this now. Here's the subject, Jacoby. Somebody tweeted, Houston's number one problem. Because they've been getting on people about people been getting on people about Wesley Yates not being. I know where this coming from. Wesley Yates not being voted as a McDonald All-American. And Jimmy even alluded to something where we got all of these people covering our high school athletes now. A couple of them on here, Doug covering them, Forever Films covering all of these guys covering more than ever. And we can't get Wesley Yates in the top 100 camp. All these guys, everybody got a camera, everybody writing everything, and we can't get Wesley Yates. That means if we've been getting them in and they ain't been able to come in lately, something is wrong. Let's find out who's wrong. No, people care. Hey, let me tell you something. No, this ain't about Wesley Yates. This is about the state of Houston basketball. This more than about him. You follow me? It's more. Kim, you think it's about a full ride. No. Not if he was deserving. And it's subjective to say if he was deserving or not. It's subject to them kids. It means a lot. Not to you, Kim. You don't care. He gonna use it at few. But somebody said Houston's number one problem is no one has a solution. I'm trying to say, what's the solution? I know I don't have it. Doug Smith, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Cause I know I wish I could put a few guys in a room and shake the life out of their ass until they act right. Because the people out of state telling me what's going on here. You got people out here. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. And I know it's about power. I know these people's identity is locked up in this thing. I probably wouldn't have known Doug Jones if Doug Jones wouldn't be working for RCS Sports and covering these high school sports. I probably wouldn't. Our circles don't pass. Don't cross that much. But people just talk about what is wrong. You got to talk about what's wrong when you're solving something. And who. You got to talk about who and what the problem is in order to be able to solve it. I think you got people in this town has told me, well, Robert, I got to go over here and then I got to go over here because I don't want to. See, listen, in case you didn't know, I'm not on one business venture with nobody, Jimmy or nobody. I have nothing. I told you, I ain't nothing like RCS Sports. I am just a guy that had a son in this thing. I found. I'm a young man who just had a son that played. And I got a lot of you kids in here that I love and care about that I just don't like the way some of the power dynamics are going. I know you knew me, Doug. Doug, I said I didn't know you, big fella. I know you knew Big Daddy. I got you. No, I'm messing with you. I know you. I know. But Doug, I didn't know you were doing this. I just didn't know. You follow me? You follow me? Well, somebody found some. Who found some? Okay. But Yo, somebody said, y'all remember, y'all remember when I came on the show a while back and I said the system is flawed and the system is messed up. And I got a lot of kickback off. No, they're not kickback. They just didn't understand. I said, y'all remember the song in the club? The roof is on fire. He don't need no water. Let them burn, right? I said, y'all let it burn down. If it's that messed up and if that on fire, let that system burn down. But Robert, we're not gonna get well without kids get scholarship. Don't y'all know? Them coaches get paid to come find the best player, even if nobody is ranking them or not. They got to come and actually do some work. These guys like Doug and Jimmy help the people's work. Archie, they helps the people work. They can get to see. They ain't got to waste a plane ticket to come. They in other words, they can be organized when they come to town. Somebody in this community know where the ball was dropped with Wesley Yates. All I can do is speculate. Because I don't deal in that world. Because if I dealt in that world, I'll come tell y'all who it was. Exactly. But Houston number one problem. Now, Houston number one problem, and no one have solutions. Houston problem is all these damn clowns that's in this damn arena. That's Houston's number one problem. I should have tweeted that. Somebody tweeted that for me. I didn't say you ain't. I know you've been know. Y'all quit this, Alpha. Yo, I know you've been knowing me. I was just kidding with Doug, man. Leave Doug alone. You don't play on a certain team. You don't do this. You don't. Listen to me. Y'all got to hear me on this one. I'm on the phone talking to one of these people that y'all think that got a team and got some of and talk to coaches all the time. I'm on the phone talking to him. And he called me talking negative about another player. That don't play with him. Don't play for him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you. You keep doing this shit. You do this shit. You do it one more time, I'm gonna tell everybody. I said, dude. Then in the same conversation, well, I never talk about players. You just talked about this kid to me. But maybe he don't realize that he just talked about him to me. They talk so freaking much. You following my drift? They talk so much. Y'all, let me say, y'all, I don't think y'all heard me because I don't see enough comments. I'm talking to him on the phone, Doug. And he talking negative about a player, another player comparing him to his player. Then I said, man, that's y'all problem. You're talking about other players. He said, I ain't talking about nobody. I said, you just did. He does it so naturally, he didn't even realize. Y'all, I was done. I was out. I said, these poor parents and kids don't have a chance. That's Houston's number one problem. Not no one ever have a solution. Because we wouldn't have to have a damn solution. It's a good one. Tearing up. Y'all, this was the tweet. I wish I could put it up on the board. Houston, number one problem. Nobody has a solution. And if y'all got a solution, y'all say it. Quit being scared. Just scare asses. Listen, if they try to hold you back, I'll do everything in my power to make sure your kids get in. Now, I always got 4 or 5 wild cards I can play. But your ass got to be good enough if I'm going to call Penny. I'm just going to let you, he got to be good enough. Y'all got to remember, he kept getting beat by Kendrick Davis. You know what I told him? Man, you better come get you guards from Houston. Look what he did. Look what he did. Look what he did. Hey, ain't nobody scared. Hey, I just want to hear y'all check this out. Y'all check this out. And I love whoever sent the tweet. Thank you, sir. I love you. Or ma'am, whoever wrote it. Houston, number one problem is nobody ever have a solution. Why didn't that person just say, this Houston, I bet you this person know what Houston number one problem is. Just talk about what's wrong. Yeah, we're going to talk about what's wrong. And who? Yeah, we're going to talk about who. But we're going to start naming names. And what is the problem? Then somebody came after with that. See, this how they sent it to me, y'all. They said, people got to remove their egos. Once egos are removed, people are more prone to listen. Take criticism and be willing to work. Usually, most problems are caused and have a long shelf life because of egos. Check yourself and be willing and open to be checked. I like that. But I can't have no buster checking me. Your ass better been and done some if you gonna come check somebody. Cause checking ain't for everybody. You got to been and brought a brick. That's why I tell y'all, when you bring a brick to this show, then you can check. If you just sit back and ain't doing nothing, and just sitting back here listening, Fob, man, I'm waiting on my stuff, baby boy. Hey, I'd have been, Fob, we heard about 7,000-8,000 in that other night, Fob. But Fob, I'm glad you're here. We're talking about it, and I guess you can speak on it. You got a brother that coaches in this community. Somebody tweeted and said Houston's number one problem, and y'all, I promise y'all, we talking about Tyree tomorrow, cause I got to find some stuff out about Tyree. Somebody I got some Tyree stuff for y'all. Forget the police officer. I'm not talking about them clowns. I'm talking about the young man. See, that's our problem. We worried about them busters who coward ass 5 big 200-pound ass dudes whooping up on a 150-pound. Talking about a girl, punk. Hold on. Who just came on? Fob. Check this out, Fob. Houston's number one problem. No one ever has a solution. I wish you can help me, Fob. Because a lot of these people scared. I know you ain't scared. Just talk about they just talk about what's wrong. And I don't know the context it was said in. I'm just reading the tweet. It might, see, that's why when you tweet, you can lose context. That's why when you tweet a text, but he said, just talk about what's wrong and who and what is the problem. Oh, Jimmy finna come and mess the damn conversation. Here he come. Oh, my God. Watch how this turns. Y'all watch. Well, just watch before I bring him on. Watch how this conversation changes. Hey! What's up back there, man? I'm talking about something in your wheelhouse. But no, he was not. Jimmy, Jimmy, I want you. I know he wasn't listening to the show. B. Scott, Jimmy, was you listening to this show a second ago? I know you ain't, because if he had time to listen, B. Scott, he'll tune in. I mean, he would have tuned in and came on the show. So don't think he was listening, and that's why he called. So this ain't no setup. So excuse me, I ain't like that, B. Scott. So I don't even want to let you know me and Jimmy ain't like that. I ain't finna talk about something. So you don't never take this nowhere else. Jimmy was already listening. No, he was not. No, he was not. And Jimmy, I brought up a subject that, boy, Jimmy, I don't know if you know, we had an upgrade, Jimmy, and I had an upgrade, so the shit, man, is it's crazy. But I like the upgrades now. But you know, they always, when that first little thing, they got a hiccup, they're going to have a hiccup. So they might have a hiccup, but guess what? I done fixed the hiccup already. So, Jimmy, I saw a tweet, okay? I saw a tweet, and the tweet says, Houston, see, y'all don't understand. I might be from Memphis, but y'all don't understand. When that plane take off, and that plane take off to come back here, this is home to me. I love Memphis. But after I do what I need to do there, I'm on my plane, Jimmy, out of that, ready to get back to Houston. Let's get that straight. Okay? Yes, love my school. Yes, love the people in Memphis. But I live here. Hey, listen to me. I can go back and live in Memphis easy. Easy peasy. But Jimmy, somebody said Houston's number one problem. No one ever has a solution. No one ever, Jimmy, the man leaves ever. No one ever has a solution. I wish I could I might put them words and punch them words on the screen in a minute. I'm putting it up there. Don't worry about it. Just talk about what's wrong and who and what is the problem. Jimmy, don't you have to talk about what's wrong and who is the fucking problem? And don't you have to talk about that first? I mean, in problem solving, one-on-one, we got to discover who, what, and where, and when. So, Jimmy, so a lot of people been saying, they ain't saying what I want. They ain't saying nothing. I know they ain't going to say nothing, but I put it out there. Then, Jimmy, somebody else came and tagged him. This person they told. See, Jimmy, they just sent me the stuff back. You all see how neat it is. Y'all see how neat it is they got me up. Let me give you some more. Let me give you some more. Can you remember that right there? Can you remember that, what I just said? You got that? You know I go back to it. You know I'm good at going back. So then somebody came and said, people got to remove their egos. Once egos are removed, this was a different person. People are more prone to listen, take criticism, and are willing to work. Usually, most problems are caused and have a long shelf life because of egos. Check yourself and be willing to be checked. I like that. Check me. I like that. But your ass better you better know what you're doing when you check me, because I'm coming at your ass with something. Y'all already know that. So we better check me with facts. So then they came back and doubled down and said, this is a solution starter pack. Let me drink me some wine. Some water. Jimmy, some water. He looked at me like, wine? Jimmy, he gave you a solution starter pack. Less negativity, more positivity when it comes to prospects. You wrote that down? Hold on. More collaborations, less clicks. Okay. Exceptions that you can be wrong about a player evaluation. Discontinuing rankings. Evidently, this person don't rank, because I don't think he'll discontinue himself. more accountability, and with that he said with that accountability, and okay, you're right, and what that accountability should be like. Huh. So, Jimmy, the floor is yours, my friend. Let me give me a sip. Give me a sip of that whiskey. Hey, Jimmy, straight vodka, Jimmy.
You probably gonna need some straight vodka after the day. First, of course, no, I did not. I was not logged on. I was not in the waiting room. I was not on the Facebook. Just tuned in, so I missed whatever was said before I got on there.
They ain't said, Jimmy. They ain't said nothing. So I want to hear from. Maybe they waiting on you because I told them you'll be on.
One of the things I go and I do my best to help you guys increase your understanding of this stuff. And as I always do, or always attempt to do, but just because I'm teaching doesn't mean that you learning. And a lot of you guys just want to just listen for talking points, or you listen for little sound bites, or you listen for maybe a gut punch that I might throw at, or might seem that goes out there, and you take it. Sometimes you might take it the right way, but often you guys take it the wrong way. And because that's part of, as you said earlier, in order to come up with solutions, you have to acknowledge. You have to acknowledge the problem. That's all part of. That's an undercurrent of the process of atonement. It's first you have to acknowledge the problem, and then you have to accept your role in the problem, and then you try to move forward to with at least one possible solution. And so the initial, I wrote the note. The initial comment that you made was a tweet said that nobody never has solutions. I'm paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one ever has a solution.
That's not true. Mm-hmm. That's not true at all. And the thing is, when you fast forward to the end, number one, what are you going to do about it? Right? And am I lagging, Hatter?
No, you good, baby. Just a little bit, but we can hear you good.
And number one, what have you done about it? So if you have not attempted to do anything about it, then you will fall right into that category for which you are initially blaming others for. So once again, if you have not attempted your solution, there are various solutions. There's no one size fit all solution. And there was a problem. So now we'll go, and like I say, once again, we can go whereas for me first, before I cast the stone in the eye of another, let's go and deal with me in RCS Sports. Let's deal with that first. So that way we get this on out the way. RCS Sports came and for years had been the sole primary outlet of information of amateur basketball in the greater Houston area. In doing so, countless fruitful relationships was cultivated through various sneaker lines, meaning that I've met with Sonny Vaccaro one-on-one in a room while other people was waiting for his time for 30 minutes, an hour, met with him. I've been met in a room with George Raveling for over an hour, countless times. I've been in the room with Chris Rivers countless times for at least 30 minutes to an hour. So let's start right there. Those are you can't tell. There's no movie that can ever be made or no story of the history of the United States grassroots basketball could ever be told in factuality without mentioning at least two of those three names I just gave you out the gate.
I know Phil Knight, but keep going.
I've been in a room with Phil Knight countless times. Never one-on-one.
No, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
You know what I'm saying, Hal? But never one-on-one. One-on-one is different.
Yeah, well, I had to deal with it.
Because when somebody invites you in the room one-on-one, that means they don't want nobody to hear what's about to be said. Mm-hmm. Even a right-hand man got to stay this, hey, sit this one out. Cool everybody out there. We'll tell them I'll be there back in a minute. Jimmy, let me talk to you for a minute. You see what I'm saying? That's what one-on-one means. So that means at some point in time, I was deemed that important at different intervals.
So was it that you important or you just fostered that relationship with these guys?
Well, both. But I didn't foster a relationship like knowing.
Why would these guys want to foster a relationship? Because they want to get something done in Houston?
Different at different intervals of the, because remember I said for some of those guys it was multiple times that I've been one-on-one.
No, I know what you two telling the story, but I'm trying to add to it because I know some people gonna be asking, in their mind thinking, and I'm just thinking. Keep going. My bad.
Yeah. So my thing is letting you guys know, and this was years ago, all the way up until recent years. So letting you know that that's the top of the food chain. So that means things were getting done through the relationship that those people were at the top of their respective sneaker lines. They were the bosses for grassroots. That was it stopped the ultimate. They were over the budgetary assimilation through their departments. They were the CEOs of grassroots basketball at their respective times. So that means if I'm able to go and get in the room, I was able to get stuff done and open doors and provide understanding and intel and help our city keep going. Okay. They didn't need me to, Chris Rivers didn't need me to identify Rick Nelson as who he was going to give his Reebok deal to. Mm-hmm. No, he already had that done. Right. He just needed for other intel. Mm-hmm. And once they realized you're not using me, I'm not sitting in a room with you to give you intel on Nike. I'm not using Nike, not going to use me to give intel on Reebok or Adidas or Under Armour. That ain't what I'm there for. It goes way longer than that. If you do that, then that means you asking me to be something that I ain't. I can give you intel that can help you. Or I can tell you my assessment of the guy or the people that you offered your sponsorship to, if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing in Houston. So now let's fast forward through. As we go on, I got to be on different committees, and you got to realize a lot of these guys that are in power now, when I first started, they were coming along just finding their way. Eric Bossi started when I started. Me and Eric Bossi slept in the same hotel room before at USA Basketball, in the same hotel room. Back then, you're getting your budget right, Adam. You back. I mean, yeah, you got two beds. You know what I'm saying? Like that was common. And that's common. You'd be surprised. Remember, I told you it took me 10 years before I bought my own hotel room at the Final Four and stuff. I would always just get a coach. Hey man, I know you're only gonna be there for 2 days. Let me get that room from you. Coach, I know you're going back home to see your family. Let me get that hotel room. Let me get them tickets.
You got a lot of nerve.
That's how it used to be.
I know, but I know you did it. I mean, you told me you did it. That's good, but keep going.
But at the same time, you reciprocate to those that look out for you. Yeah, right. When they come to H-Town, they got work. Back in those days, it wasn't no Uber. You know what I'm saying? I got you, Coach. You don't even need to run a car.
I should have been asking for some of them rooms.
Huh?
Yeah. I should have been asking for some of them rooms for them coaches I knew. I'm spending all that damn. Hey, but it was a business expense for me though.
When those coaches get Final Four rooms, they got to buy them in 4 nights or none. You can't buy 2 nights, 1 night. There are blocks of 4s.
Yeah.
You have to buy 4 nights.
Yeah.
Whether they staying and using 2 nights, 3 nights, they got to pay for 4.
Yep.
And so some guys, they will trust you that you're not going to mess up their room and turn their key
Man,
in.
keep
and not-
that, keep going, man. I don't want nobody to be using that. I don't want nobody to be using that, Jimmy. Somebody gonna be trying to call guys coach for a room. Come on, let's go. Go. Give
Now,
us the just coach.
now back to this stuff in
Yeah.
regard to
Let me put
taking
it back
guys
on the screen too, Jimmy. So we got some people before you get there. We got some people who might just be coming on. Okay, go.
Okay, now, so I'm taking you guys back 15 years ago, moving on upward, 20 years ago, coming on upward, and showing you guys how it was. There was no social media to plant fear in the masses as it is right now. So
What you mean by plant fear? Help me.
because you can always make people think the sky is falling. You can play like the old fable Chicken Little, and one of the old Aesop's fables or something back in the days. You can make people think the sky is falling. And people would go and say, oh man, you go play here, come to us. I mean, there was no way for you to get that commercial out, that infomercial out, or plant your narrative to the masses with one click.
You
have to go and do that stuff. It took time to do that.
Okay.
As a result, it's now by the use of video, and it's easier to see some people. It's easier to see what they got, what they're working, what they possibly can help you. Now, back to the angle I'm going in. So as this relationship, as a result, these guys, I mentioned that a lot of these guys are in power right now. They were either college coaches back then, or they were just finding their way.
Okay.
And it's like one of those things where when I first started in the business, it was purposely done. Nobody gave me a blueprint. I asked for a blueprint. The only thing you could do is back then is get it out the mud. That means you have to be willing to study and put in the time. So I studied Mike Kunstadt. I studied Hal Passner. Now, they wasn't scouting. Those were how to run events. I studied them. Now, when I was doing the scouting, I studied Vince Baldwin and John Stovall. They had a magazine called a Prep Spotlight. I bought that magazine. I mean, I got it from them and studied for 2 years. Look at that magazine. Look through it. Then they had another magazine called a Preps. There was a couple of them around the country. Rob Harrison did one. I studied his. I went to North Carolina and stayed in Rob's house. True story. I stayed in his house before when I first got into business. In North Carolina, I think I was going up for Bob Gibbons or one of the events. And guess what? You parlay up with guys in the business and you stayed there. And it was good like that. A lot of the guys, Paul Biancardi, he was a college coach when I started. So Paul Biancardi was one of those guys who had to rely on my intel. And as he navigated his way through through jobs. And so when you got the intel and the intel is good, then you become valuable. That's the question you asked, Hal. Was I valuable to them? Was I important to them? Yeah, if you possess what would be deemed as classified intel on a regular basis, then you could possibly be very important because you got classified intel. You got intel that nobody can't normally get to or not supposed to get to. So now you fast forward on through. The city was good. And it was so good at the time. You only had a Nike team and you had Adidas team. The Under Armour component came along the time when Aaron Harrison's sons reached high school. That's when Under Armour approached Aaron Harrison, which is a smart move because you had two sons. Under Armour saw Houston pretty much thriving and Texas as a whole from afar. They saw that was happening. You had to get somebody down south. So they decided to dig in and tap into the guy that had two probably collectively at the time, he had more power than any other parent because he had two sons. And hell, most people, it took them to the 12th grade or even to college before most people could identify them, Andrew from Aaron. people just call them the Harrison twin. They didn't know the difference between them. I bet you, I put it like this. Ada, right now, I bet you know the difference between them two Boozer twins, don't
Yeah. Yeah.
you? You know the
Well, I'm
difference between
taller
them,
than
don't
them.
you? You know the difference between them two.
Blake Griffin and his brother, they twins. I know the difference in them.
You know the difference between them two.
But them two right there is hard.
And remember now,
And I can only find out what the way they play. When I see them on the court, then I know who is who. But the face, because I've been around them since they was little boy. But keep going, Jim.
yeah. And so here we go. So
Mhm.
as we're going through, that's how the Under Armour came into the play. So basically, it's been that long. Under Armour, it's been about 11, 12 years since Under Armour has been had their, and Aaron Harrison has his had his Under Armour deal, which he still has right now to this day. Now, around that time, Houston was peaked because the class of 2012, even though the Harrisons was 2013, but the 2012, remember, Houston had thrust themselves into national dominance because Yates High School in 2010. See, the job was to never let the light go out. And there was an art to that. It was a recipe that I would apply to those guys. It's a time when you got to call them. It's a time when you take them out to go and get a pizza or a glass of, well, I didn't drink red wine back then, or to get a cold beer. It's a time when you got to do it. And it was timing to it. And it worked. And it worked for the city. We had 2000, I told you, remember, think about the timeline. 2009.
Keep going.
I froze.
That's all right. Go and come on back now. I can hear you good now. It'll catch up with you. Are you trying to say something? You said 2009.
2009 was Tommy Mason Griffin.
Okay.
2010 was Jack Yates basketball.
Mm-hmm.
2011, we had some players in 2011, but 2012, everybody saw coming through the back hole. It's kind of like in Houston right now, 2024, but 2025 is where all of the dump is. Well, that 2012 class at the time was projected to be, it was deep. Now, whether all those guys made it in colleges and whatnot, but it was deep with high school talent. J. Michael Reese, L.J. Rose, Rashid Suleiman, Juana Bell, Daniel, is it?
Not Daniel.
Damian Dotson.
Yeah.
All these guys in that class, just to name a couple. Cameron Ridley, who made the McDonald game. Cameron Ridley. All of them was in 2012.
But not the Twins was in 13.
Twins was in 13.
Yeah.
So we didn't need, they didn't have to back up. So then, understand, around this time,
Mm-hmm.
That's when social media was just starting off the ground. So now these guys' relationship, we're hot. How to think about it. Me and you got on the plane and went to Colorado just to watch the Defenders in a game. They didn't even know we was in town. We just like
we didn't go there just for them.
We didn't go there just for them. We went there for something else.
Must have been playing there, wasn't he?
We went to that game. They didn't know we were coming.
Yeah, they didn't know we was coming. I forgot why we was there. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell we doing at this game. Oh, was that game in San Francisco and not Denver? Uh-oh. Jimmy, you done did a little something. He'll come back in. But that was unique. I'm thinking about that right now. I wait on Jimmy to get back. I'm trying to see where he's going with this. Yeah, Eric Moreland, we can talk about it later, but was he that top of a player? Yeah, he was. He was on our franchise team. He must have been good. But y'all didn't think my team was that good back then, though, Clyde. What Rick Nelson there? Rick Nelson told me that Rick Nelson said, all you got is John Henson. The rest of them, you can throw them in the ocean. I never forget that. They put me up there, but what I missed had to go. Well, what you missed is um, it was a comment some people tweeted about it. I thought it was a unique tweet, and this was the tweet, and you can add on if you want to, because somebody said something. He said they said Houston's number one problem, because I think this is on the wake of Wesley Yates missing the D'Angelo. Wesley Yates missing the McDonald game, and I just told him ain't nowhere in the world he was gonna be at the McDonald game if you didn't select him for the top 100. How in the hell he gonna be one of the 24 and we don't even select him as one of the 100? But he was an afterthought. They said. Yeah. Jameson Morrow, if he has an internet at his home, it might benefit him to take his Wi-Fi off so his signal will come in better. Take his Wi-Fi off? What Wi-Fi off? Off his phone? Okay. All right. I'll tell him. Take his Wi-Fi off his phone. I got all my devices on. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. All of them on Wi-Fi. So I don't see Ardwan. That's a good question. It's a good question. So who didn't select him? It's a committee of people. Who has the power and authority in Houston? John Lucas has the power and authority to select him. See, ain't nobody put that on the damn screen, but I put it on there. John Lucas. Did everybody hear that? John Lucas had the power to put him in the top 100. Okay? All right. Did everybody hear that? Jimmy, you back? Yeah.
So let's
Sorry.
fast forward through this stuff.
Hey, is your Wi-Fi on your phone on? Take it off. Just take it off. Let's see how it works. Let's take it off. Let's take it off. Just if you got another device around there that's Wi-Fi on, just to help you. This came from. Hey, guess who else told? That's Mr. Jameson Morrow. You know he's so he know about this stuff now.
Well, I mean, it used to be we had to cut our Bluetooth off. Remember that?
Remember? Yeah.
You got to cut your Bluetooth off.
Damn, you do look a little bit clearer, man. Shit, turn some more shit. If you got something else in there, turn it on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Sound like Teddy.
Huh.
So now I was taking you guys back to when there was a time that this city had excelled. It was Houston didn't increase in no square mileage. Greater Houston was we still acknowledged at the time Beaumont and gave them. We started talking to the masses, and it pretty much thrived. Then that's not saying the gate should stay closed, but what the sale was, and it makes logical sense in the world to right. Well, that okay, one person. It's extremely difficult to properly cover all the area. Well, back in the days, you didn't have all these events. You had a fraction of the events. So it was easier than it is now with events every single weekend, every year round at some point, either for the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade and whatnot. So understand it was a time then, but the obligation to compete and to involve yourselves on a weekly basis was not mandatory. That wasn't how the game was played back then. So now, do I believe? Yes. It's very hard for. Do I believe that it needs more people to cover an area like yes, yeah. But however, at the same time, covering it, if you're coming to cover it and you're getting into the business of anything, and you're saying, you know what, I watched him, but I ain't never asked him nothing. But I watched him. I know I know what he does. I watched over there. I watched this guy up in California, how he does. This is what he does. I watched this guy in New York. This is what he does. But you never asked. So some people will purposely give you the car, but not the key. You can get in the car, but you can't get the key. So you can't drive off and not really know the blueprint of what they are actually doing. Or some people will make stuff look good. Just like if you're watching, remember there are some coaches out there, like remember Phil Jackson personified it when we would watch him, and he would be coaching the Lakers and the Bulls in those days, and he would just sit on the bench when his high and especially made chair and with his hands and wouldn't hardly get up. And you watch Keith White and Grass used to do some of the same thing with the Hoop Stars, where they do all their coaching in practice. So if you're seeing him right there, and other people try to do the same thing, you got the car, but not the key. So now let's keep going with this. If more people are covering the city now, and each one of these new young bucks claim to know what they're doing, then the amount of kids who receive scholarships, regardless of level, it should increase by however many fold the people that are new covering the area.
Not really, Jimmy.
Yes.
You're going to have the same players.
Yes, but the opportunities are magnified.
But everybody ain't going to be good.
No. The opportunity, what you're doing is you're saying, think about what you're initially saying. You can't cover this area. You can't be
They
here.
said that. I ain't said. I'm just saying, if it's a certain amount of kids that's supposed to be good, we get a certain amount of scholarships every year anyway.
But that's Division I, Hatter. I say regardless of level. See, that's the thing.
Okay. So you saying with the influx of the new people,
yes,
it should be more.
Way more. Not just more. Way more. Because
them people ain't trying to cover. They trying to cover the people that you already been covering. They ain't They ain't trying to cover. I'm trying to be a big dog like the dude in the hat.
Now that could be a problem to write down as Exhibit A in this. That's exactly what you walk right into what I just set up. You walk right into it. Now the people that's watching like, oh man, that's cold. See, so now this is the part where people get, well, man, see there, man, I knew it. He gonna try to throw slip. It's no way to talk about the solutions without identifying directly the problem. And the problem is too much emphasis on who's number one versus who's the high major prospects. Too much emphasis on who's a Division I player versus who could help the D2s and D3s or JUCO.
But Jimmy, that's not popular.
That's the whole thing. Here's the thing, Hal. Here's the thing. You have to ask some of the people, and their actions can show you if you pay attention.
I don't talk to them, so I don't ask them. I mean, I wish I had a relationship with some of these guys. I come do what are you doing? That's what I was asked. What the hell are you doing? But keep going, Jim. I'm loving this. I'm learning something today.
Well, the thing, understand.
So, Jimmy, stop. I want to hear this one more time because you just hit me. I ain't never think about it like that, I promise you. So you told me it'll be way more the other guys. So the other guys, that when the daddies be on here complaining, talking about my baby, y'all done seen my baby, he ain't got no color. So it's enough guys to make sure that all of them guys get somewhere and play colleges.
Yeah. If that was part of their intention. See.
But I don't think it is.
The actions show and prove otherwise, no matter what a person says. If
Absolutely.
you pay attention to the actions, there are some people that's in it for the power, some people in it for money,
So,
some
so
people
Jimmy,
in it for both.
so Jimmy, y'all help me
And
now,
then
cause
there's other ones, there's a fraction
uh-huh.
that are truly in it with the kids first, and truly in it for the kids first. But that's a small fraction, a
So
very small fraction.
okay, so let me see something. Okay, I'm Robert Hatter right now. I still want to make some money because my time is in this thing too now. I still want to make some. So damn, I'm finna give out this free game, Jimmy. We're giving it to him. I'm giving it to him. So Glenn Bishop still didn't understand what you said. I understood, but you know how he need to be explained more. But Jimmy, let's say your top 40. You had already been doing them, right? I know you do a lot of them, but me, I'm coming in and getting that number 41 to 100 and something. Houston is so vast. I'm gonna see what I see in them guys and make a niche out of that. Then I'm expanding, because remember, I'm saying we ain't got the 30 top guys. So if I go down and get the rest of these guys from 41 to 120 or 100, I don't know how many, I'm just going down. Maybe if I focus on that and start doing stuff with those type of guys and making sure their teams show up to certain tournaments, because they mamas and daddies play to get in games just like the top guys. They pop guys' parents, they don't want to pay to get in shit. So I think it was an opportunity that's lost on everybody want to be in the same gym like you told me one day, watching the same top players all the time. I might be wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just looking at this thing saying, who is out there working for those guys? Because those the guys that complain all the damn time. Because they think they should be D1. Because guess what? He stole some points on so-and-so, and he went to New Mexico, and he stole some points. Jimmy, that shit been happening since my son was in school. So I'm just trying to get it straight. So it's a whole nother segment that ain't nobody even tapped into. Am I right or wrong? I might have read something wrong. I'm just trying to figure this out.
You're saying a lot of the people, more people covering the area, but they're often all in the same gymnasium, often in the same court.
Right.
So while they're playing and everybody is here, it's kind of like, remember the basketball player, the little short cat from a couple of years back, 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. They call him the Crime Stopper out in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
And they call him he got the nickname Crime Stopper because whenever he played, crime went down because all of the street boys would be in the gym watching him play. So that was less crime when he played. I mean,
all the hustlers, they support
all the street boys, all the hustlers, the main ones would flock
in Baltimore. I forgot his name, but they used to tell me about it. I know that's where Sam is from.
Yeah, Sam is from Baltimore.
Sam is from there. Yeah,
and it happened in Houston the same way before then. We had our own version and versions of Crime Stopper. Tommy Mason Griffin was a crime stopper for Hiram Clark. Whenever Tommy Mason Griffin played, a lot of the street boys from West Orem and Hiram Clark, they were in the gym watching Tommy. When Tack Minor played, he was a crime stopper somewhat for Independence Heights, the acres that adjacent to
well,
Acres
he wasn't
Hill.
no businessman stopper because I ain't never come to his game.
No, crime stopper.
No, I'm messing with you. He might have been a crime stopper, but he wasn't a businessman stopper.
And I'm sure guys, like in Beaumont, they had a guy back in the days named DeCarlos Frank. When DeCarlos Frank was playing, the street boys, they halted. They put their sacks in their shoe, came in that gym, watched him for those 2 hours.
Jimmy,
right?
Jimmy, Steve Woods just said something that was oozing out of my pores. Y'all know
That's
it's
the
not
same,
going to happen.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the idea wasn't there. I just gave him my. Okay, forget him. Somebody going to do it. Somebody going to do it, but keep on going.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like we're saying, and I was taking everybody a blast to the past,
Right.
and so they can understand, because a lot of people, you got to realize, Alan, people come in intervals of 5 years. 8th grade going to the 9th grade to their 12th grade. That's a 5-year interval. Because they now used to be a 4-year, but now they're getting abreast of this stuff because 8th grade has started to become very popular for recruiting and scouting services. And so back in the day, the people that are parents right now, they didn't have a direct correlation to a De'Aaron Fox in 2015. You see what I'm saying? They didn't know De'Aaron Fox then. They didn't know the twins back in that third class of 13, or what we talking about the end ago. Those kids, their sons were in elementary school back then. So now you start thinking, you start talking about this yesteryear, how it used to be. Then we get to sound like some of those old heads when we were little, talking about how it used to be. Right? Solo said he was a Crime Stopper back in the day.
I love it, Solo.
So when you're thinking about something now, as we're saying, a lot of people, the initial thought, if you just tune to the Chop Shop, we're going to ask you to share the show. If you haven't done so already, share the show right now. Let's share this and get this. That way now, that's your way
Jimmy,
of telling
I'm
somebody.
going to tell you, Jimmy, we're going to have to keep it brief today. I got to go see grandbaby. That plane is waiting on me. So we got to keep it brief.
Let me fast forward to the
fast forward.
The root of this stuff is it's simple. There are solutions in place.
Okay.
And just because a solution is something that you might think is not fixable for yourself, that don't mean it ain't a solution. Remember, they have a solution and you have the solution. A combination of many A solutions can help you to form the solution, but you can't do it without applying maybe a mixture of various A solutions. One of the solutions, when did the city get really bad? So that's the first question I pose you as you do your homework. When did it get bad? When did the number, so when it gets bad, think about it, more people covering the area than ever. When did it get bad? Remember, because people saying it's at an all-time high. So for it to be at an all-time high, it had to at some point trend upward to shitness. So when did it start?
When did the shitness start?
Yeah,
you just got an extra 15 minutes with that one. Keep talking.
When did it start? Because you can't find a solution unless you identify the problem.
Yes.
When did it start? Did it start?
When did the shitness start? I'm asking y'all out here.
So that's my question to pose to them. When did it start? You see, because this thing just didn't happen overnight. We didn't just go to a space in Greater Houston overnight to whereas people are looking around the room and saying, man, what happened, man? What happened? No, it didn't just happen. And I'm looking for some of you guys and looking for some of your answers. And I'm looking at it and I see
they ain't giving no answer. They just running their mouth like B. Scott gonna tell. He can't continue. Jimmy, do me a favor. When I get off, you can come back on just for B. Scott. I know you ain't gonna do that, but B. Scott don't understand how this works. B. Scott, you go over there. Run your shoes over and let us run this, okay? Because that's the only thing you're running on this show. But keep going, Jim. Let's go.
The thing is, I'm asking you guys, Elton Thomas says 2011. Elton, can you elaborate what happened in 2011?
Thank you, Elton.
To make you determine that's when it started. What happened in 2000? Because 2011, I thought we was at high tide. I just took you guys.
We was rolling. We was rolling.
2010, Jack Yates had just claimed the mythical national championship. They were the number one hot public school team, the number one team in the country, regardless. So people had to pay attention to Houston in 2011. That was the last summer for all of those guys, which arguably we had one of the deepest classes in the country. We had one of the top 5 classes ever out of Houston. Or Greater Houston was the 2012 class, which means 2011 was their last summer. But I'm just curious to see. We'll give you time to come up with your answer. What in 2011 made it happen? I see D. Farb says when everyone figured they can make a few dollars. Do you care with your answer, guys? Do you care? Please elaborate around what year, around what space. I'm just trying to see if we can find a common ground with your responses. That way now we can see where we're starting at. Because now I didn't think 2011, but I want to hear
2013. I don't think it went bad in 2000. No, Landon,
he just put something out there. He's attempting to elaborate how Elton Thompson. You can put it on the screen.
I'm talking about not Elton. I'm talking about Landon. Landon just said 2000. Talking about when they started giving gear in 2013. That was a banner year.
Hey, guess what? Landon, I know that might have been you felt like you discovered America. People were getting free gear long before 2013. It long before then. So
hold on. Andre Johnson that came on here said when he left, when the hype man left in 2017, this whole thing just goddamn it went down. That's Big Dre. He ain't been on in a long time. Damn, Jimmy, don't you freeze out on me right now. Yo, put your hand on the phone. I'm gonna be like Chatterbot. Put your hand on your computer. Okay, you back, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah. Now I didn't hear what you said before I froze up.
Big Dre on he said he left when the hype man left.
And so 2016.
2016.
So I'm writing down all the years. Yeah. And so now back to Elton Thompson first. He said 2011. Okay. He said he was talking about the respect that Houston was getting. Everyone started reaching into Houston. I need you to elaborate a little bit more on that. Can you compound a little bit more on that? I don't want to take words out of your mouth. So this, you can come on a little more, Elton, to the light on this, so we can understand exactly what you are trying to say. In 2011, everyone started reaching in. What does reaching in to Houston mean? Because as I said, Houston was at high tide in 2011. They were at high tide during that time. You're talking about those were the days. I mean, man. So now somebody else says that about the free gear. That we dispel that. That can't be the reason.
It can't be.
People were getting free gear, and free gear, guys, you don't even understand. I mean, yeah. I mean, for real. Trust me, that ain't it.
Jimmy, it's amazing. Jimmy, I think these people just don't know. I got an idea, but I want them to know.
And he said, Landon, free gear was given, but not a requirement sought by the majority of players and parents. Landon, let me tell you something. I've negotiated for parents to get plane trips on every trip that their kids play on to play with certain summer teams. This was 15 years ago. If you want him to play, you got to take care of mom or dad. This was way back then. What do you think was more important? Being economically favorable to those parents, or helping a baby get some sneakers, which if they're good enough, they're going to get them anyway. And remind me later on in the week, I will explain to you guys how the sneaker game works in regards to product. That product is shipped to the person whose name on the contract, that program. They ship that to that because it's not permissible for them to ship them directly to the kids. They ship them to the program. They ship enough. Now what you see, if that program operator director has to paint on them and give them to somebody else and give them to his kids and whatnot, that's on between him and his Lord. But that stuff is given and earmarked. And at a point in time in Houston, there were some kids, just say that the powers that be in Oregon, some of them would talk directly to the kids in Houston. And they would talk to Gary Johnson. or they would talk to Tommy, or they would talk to Daniel, or somebody. I'm just giving names, not all of them play for the same program, not directly at that program. And guess what happened? They would tell them, I sent you the new so-and-sos. We only sent about 10 pair of those out. Did you get yours? We sent some new J's, this and that. And that kid would say, no, I didn't get them. And they say, they would say, okay, I tell you what, Jim, we're going to send this stuff to you for him. Can you get it to his mama or get it to them? This is a service that I provided with Nike, and which made me valuable, because now they didn't have to worry about nobody or their stuff getting delayed, getting to them. This was before time, of course. I'm not saying, not accusing, just sometimes it get mixed up. Sometimes it didn't come. Now, they might have, I didn't say they didn't get it. I don't know. Mind you now. Yeah. Because one of those kids got in trouble for double dipping. That means you telling one person you asking one person for something, telling you don't have none, and you ask another person for something, and the same person. And that a kid in Houston got in trouble and got blackballed for that. And they told me, hey, look, we're not sending them nothing. So back to this other stuff. I asked you guys questions. When do you think the Houston, Greater Houston, started to going bad? When was your first example of what year was it? That's what we're trying to identify. And if we can get there, then we can see where because problems, like some people may say 2013, that may have been a problem for them. They might, because problems exist in all facets. So, but I'm really trying, until we get on the same page.
But what I'm trying to figure out, maybe these people don't know. They say Houston's number one problem is no one ever has a solution. Just talk about what's wrong and who and what is the problem.
Well, as we get ready to land the plane, you guys, once again, I promise you at the top that I'm going to give you a solution that contributed to a problem that has now blossomed into what I call a blob. Remember that movie, The Blob, back in the day?
Yeah.
It turned into a blob. And I saw it coming a few years ago. I warned everybody what would happen. I warned y'all again what would happen. And y'all sit there, and guess what? You read one of the quotes, some people don't like being held accountable. I'm holding some of y'all asses accountable, and I've been trying to do it for the last few years.
Well, Jimmy, Jimmy, come on, give it. I'm gonna leave you alone.
Remember, different people got different years that different problems started to transpire.
Okay, I got
the year that I'm going to point to.
Okay.
Is around 2019. 18 or 19.
I'm close.
That's when you had another individual that thrust themselves into this space sector and started planning dates directly on top of my dates that wasn't bothering anybody. So this is my solution.
Your view. Come on.
Remember, everybody has that's why I asked you guys for different dates.
Y'all ain't know that's all right. We want to hear yours.
So now, and I told the masses, if y'all collectively, people say, man, y'all need to just get along. Okay, well, how? What do you want me to do? Remember? What you want me
to do? Change my dates?
So you want me to move all my houses that I built on this land?
Yes,
move them to another piece of land. Well, no, we don't want you to do that, man. But y'all guys got to find a way. Okay, what do you want me to do? Because that's the only way that I'm going to be able to coexist from my side.
Right.
Is if he removes his dates. That's his way of saying, my bad. Otherwise, you're not saying my bad. Otherwise, you want me to allow somebody to think, first of all, and I can see if you, not only are you running events on the date, you're running bad, horrible, ill-ran, operated ass events.
And you're messing up the product.
And you overcharged the market, which once again, I told you guys it would happen. I say he's going to raise the prices, and eventually your parents The guys that's having the teams are going to try to help both. So that means they're going to let their teams play in both.
Yeah.
And you, the parents who are the consumers, you're going to be stuck having to pay 2 admissions.
Mhm.
So now for your baby to play during the weekend, it's going to cost you double. Then you're going to be mad after it happened to you. But it's already was happening to somebody else 5 years ago, or then 4 years ago, then 3 years ago. I warned you guys this was going to happen. I was in love. I was in love with all of y'all. I just love you now. It's a big difference. And
so your heart was a little bit more into it.
Yes.
And when them people chose to say, okay, hey, see, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I understand because you has allowed certain people to come in your space and do events with you.
Yeah.
The same person. So nobody won't just think you just ain't, you allow, hey, player, you saw something and said, hey, you want to get down? Let me show you how to get down. I'm going to let you do some things with me. Then that didn't work out. He said, F this, I'm going to go and do it my own way. On your dates, I'm not going to go and mess with Kunstad's dates. I'm not going to go and mess with so-and-so's dates. I'm not going to go. I'm going to go. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Dallas and support their dates. Maybe because I went to college there. I don't know. But what it did, ladies and gentlemen, and and Jimmy, you got a few more minutes. I'm going to let you finish it out. All he said, I put so much into this. And I warn you, because Jimmy, you're absolutely right, because an event operator was telling me, well, man, I'm going to send one team over here and one team. I said, that's the stupidest shit. I said, that's the stupidest mess in the world. Jimmy, I hope you froze up a little bit. Get back good, because I'm going to let you finish. I got to send some over here, and then I got to send some over here, man. Why don't your ass make a decision? Jimmy, I need you to pop back on and get this. I need you to come back on and end this. Hold on. I think you're back. No. Why don't you make a damn decision? Y'all around here waiting on Jimmy to make a decision. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, Andre? And I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. I would feel some type of way if I done brought a dude into my space. I'm teaching him how, letting him being around me. We going to meet. He flying with me. He going to meet clients. He going to meet people he never would have met when he with me. And he go try to go after my clients. The only reason his black ass had a chance to be around them is because of me. And you go, see, Jimmy, I put it in my business term. And your riding ass, Jimmy, it's some Negroes and did that before. And I cut their ass clean off. Period. No, I ain't got time to play with you. I ain't mad at you. I don't mind you eating. You just ain't gonna eat from my table. Y'all get that one on the way. Y'all can tweet that one. I ain't mind you eating, but your ass can't eat from my table. Because I know what you did with him and for him. I know he went on the momentum of working with you and being in your circle and benefiting, got fat off your circle. And then to go and do some events against you. Let me tell y'all something, man. Hey, listen to me. It's just the principle of the thing to me. I ain't got no dog in this fight. But that all I did, it was pretend if it happened to me. You don't give her one chance to do me like that, player. Cutting your ass clean off and you ain't gonna even know it's off. You're gonna still think it's on. But keep going. Get us out of here, Jimmy.
Yeah. So you guys, in your understanding, in a nutshell, I posed the questions for you. What year did, if you lived in around Greater Houston amateur basketball scene, what year do you think that it started to get bad? What year? Because at some point in time, people saying it's at an all-time high now. What year did you actually see it? Remember, you could have been seeing it and watching it, but not really paying attention to it. So what year for you did you really start paying attention and realize, and you saw a true sign that this city was going bad? And you guys understand something. In closing, I told you guys about watch people's actions. I feel it's very important for me to remind you of something. Very important. Up until it was unheard of, the ethics in regards to some people that charge as a scouting service, and you charge money for the advancement of players, meaning for more marketability, more promotions. Those were kind of like a conflict of interest, because if you have a scouting service and you have a recruiting service, a recruiting services normally go and they solicit families to give them a fee to promote their kids. That's a recruiting service. You can look it up, right? Scouting services generally get permission from the NCAA to get money from the colleges in exchange for providing them intel to the colleges about potential prospective student athletes. Scouting services, recruiting services. Until recent years, those were two different sides of the fence. One of the most visible recruiting service guys in Houston for basketball was Peter Swetham. Peter Swetham, for years, he moved away. He resides in Mexico City now for the last 5 years or so. But Peter Swetham, he made it. He had no shame in his game. He wore that honor because he realized mathematically, if your formula is done properly, you can make a living as a recruiting service guy, because most of those kids that don't have the God-gifted talent, a lot of their parents are economically advantaged, and they will pay whatever that rate is. The recruiting service. So as a recruiting service operator, let me tell you guys something. Up until recent years, that's what I was about to say a while ago, I had never charged an event operator to go to his event and cover his event. That is something that the market created just about 5 years ago. I never charged anybody for the advancement of their kid. That still stands firm until this very day. 22 years doing this stuff. I've never charged anybody for that. I've never received a payment in exchange for that. Right? And so when people said, I do it, for the kids, that was a time when these kids and doing what I call was work. It was my work. This was sort of like, and I've used this before, and Hannah knows it. I've used this term before, and that is, this was my, what I called it back then. I called it my tithe to the community for all of the wrong I had done. Mind you, I've served all due time for all the wrong. All the wrong I got caught doing. I've served that time. But then for all of the wrong that I've done with these kids for countless amount of years was my tithe to the community. I was there faithfully. I was in them gyms. I did 10, 12-hour shifts in those gyms faithfully. People that's out there that's from the old school, they know it. I've traveled around and followed those teams on my own money on most occasions. Remember, every now and then I would get rewarded. Think what? Once a year, I would get rewarded. Hal Passion would give me some give me a comp hotel when Vegas came around. And that was the first start. I gave a comp hotel. Yeah, I got to pay my own way to get there. This was back, what, 12, 13 years ago? So understand, guys, when I'm saying, people say now, do it for the kids. If you do it for the kids, then my question is, why the fuck do you charge so much money to them if you're doing it for the kids? Otherwise, sit this one out. You ain't doing it for the kids. You're doing it, and ain't nothing wrong with this, but you're doing it to take care of your family. That's what. So don't. And people hear people mix those two up, and it's just so transparent. People know better. You can see better. If you're doing it for the kids, then go into the back of your closet, get some gently used coats and some sneakers that you don't wear no more. Put them in your trunk, and when you see the kids, hand one or two of them. Hey, man, you wear what size you wear? I'm looking at. Hey, I got something for you. Come on to the trunk. Don't take the stuff in the gym, the grandstand. If you're doing it for the kids, you know the weather is changing. Everybody out there don't have coats. If you're doing it for the kids, reach and make a difference in the communities with these kids, no matter where they live at. That could be your tide to the community, because I'm paying attention. Ain't many of y'all can sit there and tell me that you're going to church every Sunday when I'm seeing you posting that you're in the gym at a tournament Sunday morning, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. When the hell are you going to church? So when the hell, if you ain't going to church on that Sunday, when are you making your tithe? What form of fashion do your tithe come in? So this is what I'm planting to you guys. You can see, you could tell, for those who are really, really, and guess what? That's where it starts at. Solution, because that way, once you start giving, the heart feels a different way. As the heart feels a different way, then you turn into a different person. That's what I want to get you guys to understand in regarding this stuff. And what's the solution? I had a solution. I gave one. I gave a solution. It may not be the solution. A solution is, once again, just in case you missed it, was when, if certain persons didn't have a multitude of events eclipsing my dates, basically going head to head, and that means parents and other people had to choose. So that means you were basically having your blessings possibly blocked by somebody, one or the other, saying, they have to explain why they going to one or the other, and then they got to choose. That became a problem. That became a big problem for other people, because now it involves them, and they didn't think it was their problem at first. But I told everybody, I warned y'all asses, this problem is going to become everybody's problem. And it wasn't by me, it's going to be by the default. I didn't make it your problem. I didn't put an event on his weekend. But you want me to, what you want me to do? What do you really want me to do? So what? Stop, trying to let him take over. He can take over. Haven't you been paying attention to me? I've frequented less basketball games in the past year than ever in my life. Have you been paying attention? I'm trying to transition over into what I first studied, full-time event operator. Have you paying attention? I've been giving far less fucks than yesteryear. Have you not been paying attention? I've been on social media a fraction of the amount of time I used to be on social media, making tweets, posts, and whatnot. I just learned about and finally got the Instagram stuff about a month and a half ago. So I'm just getting into that. I'm just getting there. But have you paid attention? Sleep better at night, get more work done. And now it takes away the excuse. Takes away the excuse. So that's the thing I want to let you guys, remind you guys. I'm looking at some of the comments. and say force the college coaches to choose too. Uh, it's not been college coaches. Some cases they choose, but college coaches that they're going to see those kids at the sneaker events, and then the non-Division One coaches they will have to choose on where they give their initial dollars to, and that's why like a lot of the college coaches, a lot of them non-Division One coaches, and they know this from me. That's why if you communicate with those non-Division One coaches, they can come to all my events for free. You hear that from my mom. Let me say it again so you didn't hear this wrong. Remember, I'm gonna give you guys proof that money ain't the first priority of why I do and started doing a lot of this stuff. Once again, any non-Division One coach can come to my events year round for free. They have to simply check in before they get there. Let me know they're coming. What's the name of the coach? Absolutely free. Because those coaches, it helps the kids out to let those guys want to come in and save their money for free. However, if I find out you've been to another event on my same week and you had to pay to get in that one, you'll never get in my event free again, ever. That's my disclaimer for a college coach. You come in free. Let me know in advance. But if I find your ass went across the street and paid 20, 30, $50 to get in, oh no. It's not going to be at my expense. It's not going to be at my expense. So that's the part that you guys, and like I say, you go pass it on. So I've been pretty much halfway out the way. So if I've been pretty much halfway out the way, and you got more problems than you had yesteryear, then what the hell is really the problem? Who's the common denominator? You got your stuff packed, boy? You ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I've been packed. No, you good.
Right.
You got a few more minutes. You got a few more minutes. Come on. Because this for B. Scott. This for B. Scott. But keep going.
What's the question?
No, she like hearing this. She just, somebody said, Jim, I get it. It's a less hassle for you. You've given warning signs long enough. Sometimes it can run you ragged. That's a good point, man.
They can't say, Alan, they can't say I didn't give warning sign. We got receipts from the chop shop. I've gave warning and I warned you guys. I told y'all this was going to happen. I told y'all. You know what they said? What did they say, Alan? What are some of the stuff they said? What are some of the excuses back then? I used to say,
I don't know. Give me one.
He hating. Hicks is hating.
I ain't never hear. I didn't hear. No, you just want to run everything.
It's enough room for everybody.
There's enough room, man. You the OG, man. You need. I remember one dude. We was out somewhere one night, man. You the OG, man. You the. He said, "Why ain't you said nothing to him? I ain't did nothing to him. I ain't put no things on his dates. All I've been doing is doing my thing for years. And y'all want me? Y'all talking to the wrong dude. And I really, that night, I understood your heart. And I know, but God, some of it's selfish. You used to being this dude. And see, the thing of it, Jimmy, what got me, and how I got to understand this, because I've been there when I brought a guy under my wings, and the motherfucker thought he could be me. What Hov said about me? If you think you Hov, make another Hov. Dude tell me they can be another Hov. Yeah, what's his name? Damon Dad. He said, if you Hov, make another, do it again. In other words, it's just some people, y'all got to realize, ain't going to be but one of them. Just be the best you are at what you do. I ain't trying to come be on nobody's dates. People always calling me, man, let's do an event. No, we got to do that. I'm going to repeat that. Man, I'm going to do an event. That's somebody else's lane. But everybody ain't, everybody's just not in a space like me. Stephen Woods messaging me, talking about what I'm doing. I'm just making sure all my stuff is packed and read it. I'm going to see my grandbabies very, very shortly. But I think this is very important, and that we need to talk about. Sometimes, like the stuff I'm gonna talk about tomorrow with Tyree Nichols, and the stuff I'm gonna talk about tomorrow or the next day with Bethune-Cookman. Sometimes we got to make these hard conversations. A lot of people, well, I don't want to talk about it because I'm in the group chat with this guy. I'm in the group chat. Get your ass out them group chats. Get your asses out them group chats and go get to work. Y'all know this city is behind. People telling me it's embarrassing as hell to me. Cause what? Me and Jimmy on the show together. Man, why can't you talk to why can't you talk to your dude and doing it way? Dude, it's a dynamic, dude, that you just don't understand. And guess what? I said them dudes from Houston. Maybe it's a Houston thing. Because Robert Hatter would have been and squashed this shit a long time. Listen to me. Anybody mad at me, I ain't mad at you. Let me repeat that. I ain't mad at nobody in this industry. None of y'all. Y'all the one can get on a plane and pass by me and don't say nothing. I couldn't do you like that. I ain't mad at none of y'all, man. Because if anything is involved in not helping these young kids, yo, this is about the reason me and Jimmy on this show today. It's about helping our next generation. You follow me? It's about helping the next generation. I know your parents don't know. Y'all want to be nice. Y'all want to do this, and y'all want. Yeah, what got me when this event operator said, well, man, I had to send some over there, and I had to send some. I said, then your ass part of the fucking problem. What do you mean? Because you're supporting. You worse than the people who. I'd rather you're not supporting either of them. When you go supporting both of them, you're still giving fuel to that's all the people talking about. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote at all. Well, you voted for Trump, you damn fool. So what we got to do, sometimes we got to step up and say, look, I believe in what this guy's doing. I believe in what this guy's doing. You got to choose one. But there are consequences when you choose the other. You got a guy who been working his ass off, saying, "Okay, all right, y'all think that's better, okay." And look how it's. That's why we got guys like my young man, Bishop. He shouldn't have to be going through this stuff. If his kid's good enough to play in college, let's find some people that recognize that level of kid. Instead of everybody trying to do the same thing, man. It's a plea to me. I'm not talking about, you can go tell anybody anything what you want, but do me a favor with your snitching ass. Take the video and let them listen to him. Don't you go put your little old mess on it, because it's going to be misconstrued by the time you get your messy ass to telling somebody. I ain't got time to talk to nobody. What, Jimmy, they catching feelings. I'm catching flights. I love when somebody put that on there. Y'all catching feelings. We catching flights around here. So all I'm trying to do is, that's just, that man, it's just, I know y'all should be tired of it. And but you got sometimes, man, it's just now, Jimmy, I'm glad. I don't think you ever said that. You just told him, look here, man, I love your kids. I mean, I like your kids. But I like this thing what I've been doing, but I don't love it no more.
No. I say I love it. I'm not in love with it.
In love. Oh, that's okay. I love it, but I'm not in love.
When you in love with something, Adam, I remember getting phone calls. I would leave my ring on all night. Why would you leave your ring on? Because the possibility you could get a phone call in the middle of the night, right? So that means that phone calls will wake me up 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Somebody that went to jail. Somebody need a bail bondsman. You remember those? I've had multiple stories of that happening with a lot of our youth. Hey man, you need a bail bondsman, man. I mean, I need so and so. Yeah, man. Oh man, can I get some change? My bank don't open till tomorrow. I need some cash. That means, like people say, hip hop. Well, grassroots was my life. And so for a lot of time, that's why I remember when stuff went through with mom when before she had passed away. That's why so many of the college coaches and so many of the people in the basketball community that in the recruiting community, they knew of or they knew my mom. She became popular. Even when he was in the hospital, they all so in one trip, because she taking so many trips to the hospital, her whole wall was covered with get well cards from different colleges. Those little recruiting cards they flip over, they was taped all over the walls. You name the colleges, get well, Miss Hicks, with written inscriptions in there and whatnot. Because relationships, those relationships, and what happens is people will come, and it don't mean you can't go and cook an egg in 30 seconds when it used to take, maybe you put it in some water and boil it in 3 minutes. Well, but you can't cook that boiled egg in 30 seconds. And that's the thing that a lot of people are misconstruing with relationships. They made people think that and everybody have relationships that are pre-existing. Everybody does. But when you try to make people believe that the relationships that can directly help their babies are parallel or greater than the next guy who's cultivated and been in the room, then that's fraud. That's what it is. That's fraud. And people and then people get mad when you start calling out. That's fraudulent. And then when people have done fraudulent things and they've committed fraudulent acts, and then when they finally do something fraudulent to you, maybe in a different form, then you start to realize, like, damn, I saw all the signs. I should have known better. Should have known this dude. Man, I should have known.
But man, because you make one mistake. But now if it's a pattern,
it's a pattern, then you should have known. And that's what now a lot of people have been grown to feel, because you've been had. And you just wishing that the person was on the up and up, or they could do business better, but they just can't.
So tomorrow, we're going to give I hope people got their groundwork. So tomorrow, I just like to have a couple of concrete solutions. I mean, I know you gave them some more, but like tomorrow, we got to say, look, this how we can do better going forward. Not today. This what we need to do. State of the Union. It's going to be a State of the Union address tomorrow from Jim Hicks. Not from Robert Hatt. You know, hey, State of the Union. I'm gonna say, dude, you got to come in, man. Like you got to be like Biden. You got to be big. You got to be like you got to be. To whom much is given, much is required. You got to say, hey, we need to do this. B. Scott need to do this. No, I'm just kidding. No, but we need to do this. But guess what, Jimmy? Coach, I think people want to listen. I think people want to hear. But guess what? And then, Jimmy, we gonna have a digital footprint of this. I'm gonna cut that thing off. I'm gonna make it into shorts, and I'm gonna make sure we post it a lot. So get ready for tomorrow. Get your ideas ready. But y'all just don't understand. I'll be back tomorrow. But I'm gonna be in a whole nother location doing this show. I'm gonna be I'm gonna try to have some kind of beach behind me. I'm gonna try to have some more. Other than that water, I'm gonna have some real water behind me, Jimmy. But I see y'all later, man. We out of Jimmy. Get us out of here.
Yeah, it's definitely time. You guys, hopefully you share the show on your way out the door. I see a lot of you guys that's been on here and and posted today, hadn't posted in a while. Welcome on back. You guys, you know who you are. The Chop Shop is still here, consistent. You know, a lot of people, you know, remember I'm saying, we talk about that more, just pay attention. Consistency.
Yes, sir.
That's the word for the day. Meanwhile, we'll be right back at it on tomorrow. Be sure to go over to rcssports.com. Check out the VIP news for today. We have some good reading in there, and as well as one team is on the verge of missing the postseason for the first time in 15 seasons. And 15 straight playoff runs. One team's on the verge of missing it. And you go and check out who that is. And I'll give you some numbers and some statistics.
Do me like that. I'm going to watch it on the plane.
Yeah.
I got it.
So, and other than that, we want to ask you guys to share the show on your way out the door. And you know, like I say, it's good and fun. I know tomorrow. I know you had to show him some footage from TSU PV this past weekend. I know you had to show him some footage. You didn't show him.
I got some. I ain't mess with him today.
Okay, well, tomorrow you're gonna get today. Those who missed it. But once again,
that's crazy.
Pay attention to when we're telling you something on the Chop Shop. Just pay attention.
It's crazy.
We told you it would be an out-of-body experience. We told you that game was going to be standing room only. As to date, that was the largest crowd at an HBCU basketball game this year.
Wow.
Was at Texas Southern University in Prairie View, which went double overtime this past Saturday.
In the words of the young fellas, that was the scene.
Oh, that they say the scene?
That was the scene last night. That was the scene, man. Man.
So we'll talk about that on tomorrow.
Talk about tomorrow.
And like I said, we got a lot more. But we'll be back at you guys tomorrow. It's time to slide down. Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Monday. Hey man, good show. Share it with your groups, with your friends, with your followers. And if you're late in now, you can go over to YouTube in about 5 minutes, refresh, and be able to watch it and watch the show, the parts that you miss. And even when you're watching it, share it from there, so that some other people can get what was said earlier. But anyway, guys, we up out of here today, and we'll see you guys on tomorrow. I know it's gonna be some good. Some of you guys got some homework to do if you talking about this solution process.
Yeah, let's talk about it tomorrow. All right, I like this. I'm gonna have a solution. I'm gonna talk to some people on the plane. Yeah.
What they got to give you some Bibles? Remember,
I might just ask them, Jimmy.
With me, that's my question. I say other people might have another different problem. You follow me? There may be somebody out there that's watching that has paid way more money than they thought they was going to pay for developmental training, videos, to go in tweets, to market their babies. They didn't see it coming, and still it ended up with nothing to show for it. So for them, that may be the beginning of a problem. We want to hear from you. And the thing is, if you don't say it, then how does the next parent avoid that type of predatory, those type of predatory tactics?
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. So guys.
So it's predatory? What if they just don't know how to give great events? They're not predator. They just don't know what they taking.
What you do is you go and you tell the people, hey, I need little Johnny to come over here. I need to see him. One more time. I heard he been doing well, but I just need to see him. And so want they come to play in my event so that I can see him. You see? And then I lead you to believe that me seeing him this time is going to be the end all.
Wow. Oh, man, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I got to go. I'll see y'all later, man. All right. We slid.
Out here, man. Chop shop.
Okay. Come on, turn off. Okay, there you go.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. Guys up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live.